Hi guys, today we're making the best ever jalapeno beef. All right, come along and let's get started. You'll need a jalapeno, sesame seeds, Thai peppers, and green onions. So let's get started. You'll need one jalapeno thinly sliced or two serrano peppers thinly sliced and place in a bowl. You'll need 1 to 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds and then place in a bowl. You'll need 1 to 2 green onions or chives finely sliced and placed in a bowl. Want to kick it up a notch and add Thai peppers? Go ahead and add 2 to 3 so that you can spice up your dish. You'll want to remove your stems and then slice those Thai peppers in half. Once you've sliced those in half, go ahead and place them in a bowl so that they're ready to use when you begin cooking. All right, this is the last step in prepping your vegetables. I'm using 2 heads of broccoli here that I've steamed and put on for about 15 minutes to steam. Today we're using Milanesa, but you could also use cubed or stewed meat as well. Make sure that you cut the cube and stewed meat into half and get 1 pound of meat for this recipe. You'll also need about 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar. You'll need 1 heaping teaspoon of sugar. I'm going to go ahead and add my sugar to my rice wine vinegar, and then I'm going to whisk it until all of the sugar is actually dissolved. We're going to go ahead and add in our vinegar and sugar mixture to our meat now and begin the marinating process. So next we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. Just whatever your favorite sesame oil is fine. This is my favorite. It just has a really rich flavor to me, so I love it, and it's not overpowering like sometimes some sesame can be. So anyways, add your 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. There's my brand again, Wang. And then we're going to go ahead and get started adding our other ingredients. Add in your sesame seeds. You can add these in once your dish starts cooking, but I prefer to go ahead and add it in now for flavor. All right, so we're going to go ahead and shaky in the salt and pepper here. I'm just going to put in a little bit of salt. You don't want to, you can't remove salt, so I don't want to overdo it. I'm adding in my pepper. Not sure why I keep showing the pepper, but add in as much pepper as you like. We like a lot, so I tend to be a little heavy-handed on adding my pepper, obviously. With the garlic today, I decided to use a cheat instead of fresh garlic. I'm using store-bought minced garlic, and I am using 1.5 teaspoons. But obviously you can add as much garlic or as little garlic as you want, or just totally omit it if you want to. My meat here is frozen. This is real life here. Sometimes we forget to take out our meat. I took it out this morning. It's pretty soft, but it needs to thaw out. It'll thaw out by the time I finish doing the marinade and getting the vegetables ready. So let's get going. Our broccoli is all done. It's been about 15 minutes. Taking this out now so that I can add in my seasonings and get ready to cook my meat. I'm going to go ahead and dump this in this bowl. I'm using an oversized bowl so that I have room to kind of toss everything around and not spill anything out, because I kind of have a habit of spilling things out of bowls if they're too small. So I'm going to add in my favorite olive oil. And I got that at, I think it was Whole Foods. No, Natural Grocer. I'm adding in 1 tablespoon. And I am going to add in my new favorite seasoning, thanks to my friend Anna. And I'm just going to sprinkle this on all over the broccoli. And I didn't realize that my seasoning was not open, but I'm just sprinkling it all over, and then I'm just going to lightly toss it so that to make sure that everything is, evenly coated, because, I don't want to have a piece that doesn't have enough seasoning on it for the dish. Okay, we're going to go ahead and preheat our pan. I'm turning on my stovetop to high so that I can get everything nice and hot before I add in my cold meat. And my meat did go ahead and thaw out by the time the broccoli was done cooking. So I just coated everything really quickly in the pan to make sure all the meat had enough of that marinade on it to get all that yummy flavor in there. And so as you can see, everything's getting all nice and bubbly in there. And before I add anything else to the pan, this is just still the marinade. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that the meat comes to a rolling boil like this. And the meat is pretty much cooked through. So I'm going to just keep stirring that in. It's nice and cooked now. I'm going to add in my Thai chilies. Again, that's optional. You don't have to add those if you don't want to, but we like ours a little spicy, and typically nobody eats those, but unless my husband sometimes will eat those, but typically they're just to add in a different depth of flavor to the dish. It just adds another element of heat, and if you really want to make this dish, you want to have different elements of heat if you can. All right, let's start adding in the rest of our ingredients. We add in our jalapenos. If you chose to use serranos, you would add those in at this point. Give it a couple little stirs in there, and then we're going to add in our green onions. You could also use chives, but it's just really up to you what you can find in your local grocery store. It's all about making it easy. We don't want to overcomplicate it. Again, this is a 15 to 20 minute dish to make. It's really fast. So just stir everything in, make sure everything's coated really well with the sesame seeds, and mix in those peppers. Make sure that you're getting all that heat in there. The peppers at this point are starting to soften a little bit, which is awesome. You can see them sort of changing color and starting to turn like a darker green as they cook. And again, you're just kind of stir frying that in. I'm moving most of the meat to the middle because in just a little bit here, I'm going to add in a little bit of soy sauce to coat around the pan. You don't want to add the soy sauce directly in the middle. You want to add it around the edge like you're wok frying because you want that soy sauce to kind of bubble up like it's doing right now and almost, I don't want to say burn, but kind of cook out some of that flavor and make it a little bit richer. So you want to just add it around the middle. Around the edge of the pan. And there you go. It's cooked. It's yummy. It's done. You're just going to toss it a little bit more. And you see how dark that made the beef now? Just putting it around the edge. It would not look the same if you put it in the middle. It actually wouldn't taste the same either. So there you have it. Here is my favorite dish to make when I want something spicy. It's my jalapeno beef, and I made a side of rice in my pressure cooker. If you want to learn how to make the best rice ever in a pressure cooker, leave me a comment below and I'll do a recipe for you guys so that you can see it. And this rice is amazing with this dish. And you can see all of the yummy sesame seeds in there, the jalapenos, the broccoli in the back. I just put the broccoli on the side. I don't mix them together. I just love it. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out my last video on how to do a deep clean of your kitchen counter. It only takes 20 minutes. All right, guys, the link will be down below in the description box. Thanks for watching.